Good morning. How are you doing? So tell me please in comments how productive was your week. So send me the number, with percentage. How productive was your week? Can you see the presentation? I hope you can. So today we will talk about leaders and leadership. First of all, I'll tell you about the agenda of our today's webinar. We'll start with a short discussion. After that, I'll tell you a little bit about 3 laws of leadership and 12 skills, how to be a great leader. Leadership game will have also is there a leader in you? And we will practice leadership through 20 miles march concept. First of all, let's discuss some questions. Who is the leader? Can you give me the definition with your own words? So it may be just one word. With whom do you associate it? Who is a leader? How can you understand it? Give me the meaning. So after it, tell me, are leaders born or made? So what do you think? Yeah. Hello, Margarita. So tell me please, who is a leader and are leaders born or made? Okay. So as for me, I think it might be both. Yeah, sometimes people just born and understand that they don't need anyone, to teach them how to act and what to do. So we have comment about leader. Yeah, leader is a strong person. Yeah, definitely. And Andrei commented, hello. Okay, nice. So, is it better to be a leader or a follower? What do you think? So sometimes there are some situations when you prefer not to be a leader, because it's maybe safer even. Leaders are born, I think. Yeah, probably they are born, but also you might be born not like a leader, but work a lot, and you will be treated as a maid. Leader is a person who say what to do. A person who says, okay, great. Why is it important to be a leader in the modern world? So because nowadays, all people, they want to become leaders, not just followers. When you've sent me, leader is a person who say what to do, no one wants just to get commands all the time. They want command on their own. It depends on which kind of person you are. So this is about the third one, Is it better to be leader or follower? Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Nikita. So let's move forward. Here you can see the 3 laws of leadership. One more comment, it is easier to be a follower because you don't take responsibility. Definitely. So leader is a person who is responsible for the group, for the followers. That is why if you're afraid of being responsible, it's better not to become a leader. Leader is a process of social influence in which a person can enlist the aid and support to others in the accomplishment of a common task. So it means that usually leaders help others, and when we need the support, we can ask leader. Leadership is both a research area and a practical skill encompassing encompassing the ability of an individual or organization to lead or guide others individuals, teams, or entire organization. So it means that leader, it's not only a person who works in a political company, maybe in some organizations. It might be like an individual, like a person in a family, yeah, among the memberships and the rest. So now we will move to 12 skills, how to be a great leader. This research is based on the Quantum Workplace. This is a US consulting company, and they have conducted a set of engagement surveys on the most important skills that make a leader worth following. Their goal was to escape from business management theory and consultant jargon and break leadership down to its most universal elements, talent and true skills that together make the three laws of leadership. These three laws you can see now on the screen. It is like a quotation. A leader knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Do you agree with it or disagree? And what does this quotation mean? So by the phrase, a leader knows the way, it means that a leader should be knowledgeable. Yeah, because if you don't know what to do, no one will follow you. When we're talking about goes the way, it's probably that the leader should do this task, first of all, themselves, like an example. Because when we just say what to do and we can't do it on our own, it doesn't work. And also shows the way, it means to lead, to support, and the rest. So Margarita agree with that. Okay, great. Now we will look to the first law. It is called Know the Way. Here we will start with the most important strategy in leadership. Great leaders have foresight, the ability, and they might see the preferable future state. They're able to plot a course forward that vision and manage any obstacles that pop up along the journey. So it means that you need to predict what might happen, and not just go blind. Also, for this law, you can find some strategies. So I can see some of your comments here concerning the quotation. Yeva and Maria agree. Katerina, I'm partially disagree with this statement. Okay, partially disagree. And why? Can you explain your reason? So this is the first skill, yeah? Define your destination. All great leaders have something in common. Can you guess what it is? What all leaders have in common? Katerina commented because a leader may not know with a way, however, they can find it or even make. Maybe not know, but to be unaware, yeah, what to do with the way. Yeah, they can find it, they can make, but do they usually do on their own, or maybe someone helps them, the followers or leaders of their group? So sometimes to be a leader, it doesn't mean, yeah, that you should know everything perfectly, but you need to communicate and be in the light of all the things that happen. Okay, so what all great leaders have in common? Are there any ideas? This is like closer to what Katerina told us, but still. This is actually vision. Whether you are leading a huge company or a small team for an academic group project, you need to be able to communicate an inspiring vision, of the end goal. You need to know what is your aim, first of all. Leading implies movement from here to there, from one place to another. When you know that at this moment you're staying at this position and your aim will be to get to another place of destinations. So we have some more comments. Leaders are confident and brave and creative. Yeah, definitely. These all criteria about the leader. Completely agree with it. So great leaders envision and communicate the destination. Without vision, you can't lead. You can only wander, without any ideas where to go. Leaders always have an aim and a plan to achieve it, and they can persuade other people. Yeah, so that is extremely important for leaders to persuade others because if they're not persuasive, no one will follow them. I agree. So that was define your destination. Next point, it's chart your course. What does it mean? In an uncertain world like ours today, people are hungry for clarity. Great leaders see the trip in their mind and plan for the road ahead. People following their leaders want to know how their role specifically supports the greater vision. So, if vision defines the destination, clarity is the roadmap. So, by this point, we need to understand that when you can see all the points clearly and explain it to other people, that is also a way to success. The third point is third, not second. Yeah, this one. Be ready to adjust your course. This means that as the journey evolves, you will see explored landscapes and potential shortcuts. Great leaders are willing to take prudent risks on their way to the destination. As a leader, you will need to make tough choices about which shortcuts are worth exploring and which shortcuts are too risky. So you need, as you've told earlier, to be responsible for it, for all your decisions. And these decisions might be difficult sometimes, one more comment, they look forward and give a great role model of being responsible to fend for yourself or others. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so while we're talking of being responsible, when you made your decision, you might either risk of some people if it's military service, Sometimes soldiers are under risk and their leaders decide maybe to give up even, not to put soldiers on the danger. That is why you need to make your decision based on the level of responsibility, the level of dangers that might be as a result, as a consequence. Number 4, it's become an outstanding problem solver or become chief problem solver. So your map won't always be exact. Shortcuts won't always work out. Problems will occur here and there, so you just can't avoid it. You need the ability to recognize and address a problem before it becomes an emergency. As a leader, you will need to be fair mediator when conflicts arises between members of your team. And you will also need to remember that a great leader never tolerates a bad crew member. So, if you're working in a project, for example, together, and definitely, yeah, someone might be disagree. They might have different opinions, and you need to decide something together because you have only one option. Uh, you might have some battles, yeah, disagreement, and only leader can solve this problem. So you need to be like mediator, yeah, in this conflicts. Apart from this, if all your group works really hard and one person just doing nothing, it's also the leader's responsibility to solve this problem. You can act like two ways. The first one, tell the teacher, yeah, the organization, that someone just goes ahead and doing nothing. Or you can try to understand this person to help and find out more details and solve this problem in a better way. So if you choose the second option, it means that your team will respect you and rely on you more. Next point is number 5. It is called embrace change and track your progress. Um, so great leaders track their progress to get better as the journey goes on. As you confront problems, change course, and explore new grounds, you will also need to gather feedback and learn from your mistakes. Never get comfortable, don't settle, because satisfaction or complacency is often the beginning of the end for many leaders. As a leader, you should always be challenging the status quo and looking for opportunities for improvement. It means that when you have, for example, mm, a questionnaire, yeah, with people, you've done your job and you ask your team, how was it? Are you satisfied? Or maybe I can do something better. Definitely, you ask your followers, what can you do to improve yourself? And you can rely on this feedback, you may not. But if you get positive feedback, definitely you are satisfied, you did a great job. But it doesn't mean that you need to stop here and just decide, okay, I'm perfect at everything, I don't need to continue learning and improving me. So if you stop here, it would be just like the first mistake of you, yeah, because you will stop at this point as a leader. Leader is a person who all the time develops himself. Now we've moved to the second law. It is called Gauss' way. Here we will talk about the importance of results in leadership. Great leaders have the ability to prioritize, execute, and achieve results, despite any difficulty, risk, or personal hardship involvement. Do you have any ideas what the word execute means? Can you send me the synonym of this word? Execute. So leaders have ability to execute and to achieve results. What does it mean? So now we will discuss skills number 6, become an expert. It means that great leaders are entirely curious. You might be leading a journey through uncharted territory, but you can always learn from other expeditions. So it's better when you do something for the first time, yeah, to ask others maybe what was the most difficult part, how you can avoid it, and foreseen all the problems that might appear. Study the competitions and those who have gone before. Seek out ways to learn what stands between you and your goal. Don't expect people to follow you, and you're not an expert, or at least on your way to becoming one. So if you understand, yeah, for now that you're not an expert in the sphere, it's probably that you can't become a leader for this period of time. You need to learn more, to explore the world, and then just trying to lead others. So what about the word to execute? No ideas? It means to do or to perform some actions. Okay. So point number 7, it's innovate. Innovation stems from the Italian word and it means to renew or to change something. Since leadership is all about creating positive change, leadership is fundamentally tied to innovation. So encourage and reward it as a leader. Moreover, you might develop a culture of innovation around you. For example, you have your group, yeah, and you as a leader wanna create or invent something new. Definitely, if it's beneficial for your team, everyone will appreciate it. So do not forget about it. And when someone of your group, if it's even a follower, yes, suggest any ideas and you understand that it will benefit everyone, it is a great idea. Try to support it, not just avoid because it wasn't you who suggested it. Next point is get things done. Ideas are overrated. Execution is what leadership all about. Great leaders set and communicate bold goals. They are able to manage priorities, quickly identify most worthwhile problems, and find truly like-minded people to persuade their goals together. As for the point number 9, it's exercise good judgment or practice good judgment in other words. Yeah. To earn the trust and respect of your followers, you will need to make sound data-driven decisions. Don't always trust your gut. Collect and analyze the right data, look at all the options and balance considerations when making judgment. So you know that in life, and yeah, you can just rely on your gut, on your intuition, and don't think, but it seems to me that this is the right choice, the correct answer. You choose it, yeah, and everything fine. But if you're a leader, you need to process to analyze what is going on, also weighing up all pros and cons, advantages and disadvantages, and only then decide and make your choice. And law number 3 shows the way. Here we will talk about the importance of team in a leadership. Great leaders build great teams. They inspire them, connect them, and earn their trust. That are all the things that you've mentioned here at the beginning. Point number 10, it's build a great crew. Crew, it's the same as team, yeah, or a group. It's not just about attracting followers, it's about attracting the right followers. Great leaders know there is a ceiling to what they can get done alone. So they need to surround themselves with the best players they can find. Uh, as we've talked earlier, you are a leader, so it means that you are the most knowledgeable, you are the best in your sphere, you develop yourself all the time. Yeah, you're responsible for everyone. Um, so there is a question, why can't you do everything on your own if you just the best? Sometimes leader is not always should know everything. You might not be aware of some things, but when you surround yourself with people to whom you trust and who have their own abilities in different spheres, maybe they are professionals, yeah, and it's definitely that like a team, like a crew together, you will achieve your goal and aim easier and faster. So as we start talking about team, which is important, yeah, and each member of this team is important when you just attract the right followers. What is team as an acronym? Do you have any ideas? So for example, what letter T means? So in team, in the topic of leadership, can you give me some ideas, maybe the first word that comes to your mind in this sphere, in this topic? Start with letter T. Also think about second letter, it's E, yeah? What does E means? Next, A. What might be A? T. So for example, A might be aim, yeah, or what else? And the last letter, it's M, motivation, or maybe something else. So send me 4 words, yeah, how can you understand the word team like an acronym? So what each letter in this word means. Are there any ideas? Let's start with letter T. What are the words that comes to your mind starting with letter T? Time or together. Okay, Katerina, good guess, really perfect, because one of this word is correct for the definition that I want to give. Great, trustworthy, yeah, excellent word. Innovative, investigative. So this is I, letter I, and we need E, like team, T-E-A-M. But the words are perfect. Okay, what about E, not I? Energetic. Okay. Letter A. Is there anything with letter A? Alternative. Great word. And letter M. A, amazing. Yeah, good. And the last letter M, motivated. Okay, great. Now let's look what I have. Team, together everyone achieves more or motivate. Yeah, got your comments. So together Yeah, it was Katerina, and you've guessed it right. Good. So, what does it mean? Um, the word team here as an acronym would stand for Together Everyone Achieves More, and this is the essence of the whole concept of any team. Yeah, if you're alone, you just probably not achieve all the goals or aims that you have. Yeah, also we have suggested like mobility. Great. So now look at 11 scale. This is inspire team. Means inspire people around you. Most people think inspiration looks like the coach halftime speech at a football game. But you don't necessarily need to be a motivational speaker to inspire people around you. It's not only about motivational speaking, since action speaks louder than words. You will get the best commitment from any people by setting an example. When you see your energy and enthusiasm in pursuit of the vision, they will be inspired to follow. That means that when you, for example, set an aim for yourself, yeah, I'm not talking about a team, but like a group, educational educational community. So you work together and you set your personal goal, like to read maybe book in original in English. Other people, your group or maybe your followers told you, this is just a waste of time, no need to do it. But you didn't listen to them and read it. As a result, you can inspire other people by doing the same. Maybe not just at this given moment. It would be later when they might see what you've achieved by doing it. And then they might think that they were wrong when they told that it's a waste of time. So that was they, yeah, who wasted their time, in fact. That is why, first of all, you need to show and to set your own example before you require something from others. And skill number 12, break down walls. Great leaders are connectors. They connect people to one another. They tear down barriers to collaboration. They bring together teams and people to drive results. They also develop collaborative partnership to make things happen. So collaboration is extremely important here. When you work with someone, you're more likely to get the result and complete the task, which seems even impossible to do. And also, I promised you game, yeah? Is there a leader in you? The game is called The Sinking Ship. It helps to discover a leader in each of you. As for the rules or general explanation, imagine that we are all on a board the ship that is slowly sinking and its captain is dead. The ship can be saved and we all can survive only when we choose a new captain, one best leader among all of us. So our aim is to survive and choose the leader, the best captain on our sinking ship. I will ask you to type here in comments in chat. Maybe it might be 2 sentences, up to 5 sentences. We don't need more. Just a brief speech or brief explanation. Why do you think that you are the best leader here? And you can be the captain and save all the people. You can mention some maybe features of your character. Yeah, you're motivational, you really care about people, you're knowledgeable, you know how to save all the people and the rest. So this is your speech, and we will count after it who gets the most likes. Yeah, you type, you send it here, and then we will count the likes. You will vote for each other, and maybe someone will vote for themselves. Why not? So, and we'll decide who will help us. So if we have the equal number, you need to add more information. So those people who will have the equal amount of votes. So if the task clear, send me plus. If it's not, I'll explain one more time, send me minus. So waiting for your comments. Yeah, I can see 1 plus from Daria. Okay. So short speech, maybe even one sentence, 1, 2. Okay, you need from 2 till 5 sentences. Yeah, why you think you are the best leader? Yeah, okay, 1 more plus from Katerina. Good. Yeah, as you finish, send it here and we will vote. I'm sure that all of you are perfectly just here, so express yourself in a short speech. Sometimes, yeah, as we discussed earlier, people might not want to become a leader. Yeah, they decide for themselves, I'll better be a follower. If you think that you prefer being a follower, also send a short speech about the followers, why you choose it, and why is it better here. So maybe I will wait for a leader who saved me, or something like this. So you have up to 2 minutes. Okay, and I'll go to the first one from Margarita. I can contact any rescue agency to save the people. I know how to calm down people and prevent them from panic. I know how to organize different groups of people to do different assignments. Yeah, nice. So this sounds like a really knowledgeable person, yeah, who understands how to act in such difficult situations. Great. Thank you for your comment. So if you would like to have such a leader, yeah, such a captain of our sinking ship, just put plus, yeah, or like here. What about others? So if you don't want to be a leader, send me about the follower. Daria commented, I'm responsible and motivating person. I like being a leader, and people often choose me like a leader. People often follow me because I'm constructive, I'm communicative, and friendly. Mhm. Great. Awesome. Let's vote for this one. So, are there any other comments? Okay, I'll give you some time to finish your speech. We'll move a little bit forward and then we'll decide. Okay. And now we'll practice leadership. Uh, Here you can see that the definition, yeah, about the leader. Can you guess how many different definitions of a leader exist? Just approximately. What number is it? Give me the number of the definitions to a leader. We've got some more comments here. Maria commented, actually, I don't want to be a leader because I can't take such a responsibility for other people's life. So it is easier for me just follow and save my life. Okay, here it's really like a person who aware of their skills, yeah, and who really understands that this responsibility might be really hard to take. Yeah, great. Thank you, Maria, for your comments. Nikita commented, when I organize people, my team does everything on time and the final product is high quality. I personally regulate the work of each member by calling and asking them about work. So here we can see personal involvement, yeah, into the work that Nikita suggests us. This is really great because people who work personally with each member, calling, asking him, being interested in their work, it means that they might have a tight community. Great, thank you, Nikita. So vote for Maria, Nikita, Margarita. Next one from Katerina. Maybe I can be a captain because I won't let anyone panic and will ask everyone to join to our teamwork. We will find a way to survive. Each person will fend for themselves and will do anything they can do. I can take responsibilities that might be the hardest, and I will go to the content with you. If you propose a great idea, we can cooperate. So here, Katerina suggested a way, yeah, that she doesn't stick to be a leader, but in a difficult situation, she can take everything in her hands and be responsible for other people. Great. Andrei comments. I don't want to be a leader because I can't command and do other work that leader must do. Mhm. So here I think that Andrei just doesn't have a desire to become a leader, but if there is a necessity, I hope that he might be. Okay, great. So also send me the number, yeah? How many definitions of the word leader exist in our world? So maybe send me 5, 10, 1,000, I don't know. So any number. 89. Are there any predictions? So we can see a great deal of comments here. Don't forget to vote for the comments and for the leader you would like to see on our ship. Okay, no numbers, no predictions. Let it be. So actually, there are more than 100 different definitions, but the one that you can see on the screen, this is treated the most up-to-date in the modern world. So let's read it. Every person is a leader every time when he or she changes something in their life or takes on some responsibility. So for those who type me that they do not prefer to be a leader, yes, there's a follower, because they are not ready to be responsible for the whole group or for other people. You might be a leader for yourself, yeah, when you just take responsibility of your own action. Also, a person who ready to do it, yeah, it's a leader. Now let's look at the 20 miles march. This is a kind of strategy that we can apply in our life. Jim Collins, he's an American author and lecturer on the subject of growth and outstanding leadership. He has developed an original concept of the 20 miles march. It's an outstanding growth concept for leaders, and it will be very well described by Jim Collins himself in the video that we are about to watch. So while we are watching the video, you still have the opportunity either to send your comment here about leader or follower and vote for other people. Now I will share the video with you. Just a second.
Two teams of explorers lined up on the coast of Antarctica with the same goal: to be the first humans in history to reach the South Pole. One was led by Robert Falcon Scott, one team. The other was led by the Norwegian Roald Amundsen. They left, yes, in the furry coat. They left for the coast within days of each other. Amundsen and his team got there first. Scott and his team arrived 34 days later. Amundsen and his team then made it all the way back to their base camp on the precise day they had penned in their planning journals. Scott and every member of his team died on the way back, 11 miles from the supply depot. My colleague Morten Hansen and I spent 9 years in rigorous, data-driven pursuit of one question. Why do some leaders, the Amundsens of the world, prevail in the most difficult circumstances, most difficult environments, while other leaders fail to achieve greatness, or maybe even fail outright in those same difficult circumstances? And it turns out that the leadership behaviors, the differences in those leadership behaviors between Amundsen and Scott map almost perfectly. And so what were those differences? And what we learned is that there are sort of three distinctive leadership behaviors that sit on top of that you need as the world becomes more uncertain, more chaotic, more out of control. Fanatic discipline, empirical creativity, and productive paranoia. Fanatic discipline. How do you exert a sense of control in a world that feels out of control and increasingly disordered? I'd like to introduce you to a manifestation of fanatic discipline that we came to call the 20-mile march. Imagine you were going to try to walk across the United States from San Diego to Maine. And there are two people who are going to do this long journey. And one has this philosophy of being, when conditions are good, they're going to go as far as possible. When the wind is at their back, when the temperatures are right. But when conditions are bad, it's 130 degrees in the desert or minus 30 degrees in the Colorado Rockies, they're going to sit down in their tent because conditions will improve and they'll be able to make it up in better conditions. But there's another person who says, I'm going to do a 20-mile march. Every single day, I'm going to get up and do a 20-mile march. And on the first day, when it's beautiful conditions, I do 20 miles and I stop. And then I get out in the middle of the desert. And it's 130 degrees, and the last thing I want to do is get out of my tent, but I'm going to do my 20 miles. And then you march and the conditions improve and you hit the Colorado Rockies. And it's cold, and it's wind, and it's snow, and it's ice. And the last thing you want to do is get out of your tent. But what do? You get up and you do your 20 miles. And you 20-mile march, and 20-mile march, and 20-mile march. Amundsen and Scott exemplified this difference. In fact, Amundsen said we're going to do 15 to 20 miles a day. Scott showed a more erratic pattern. In early December, Scott wrote in his journal about being stopped by a blizzard. I doubt if any party could travel in such weather. But when Amundsen faced conditions comparable to Scott's, he wrote in his journal, it has been an unpleasant day. Storm, drift, and frostbite, but we have advanced closer to our goal. 20-mile march, 20-mile march, 20-mile march. What is your 20-mile march? Every individual would benefit from having a 20-mile march to turn good intentions into great results. And the 20-mile marching coming to life through those 6x6 cards, 20-mile march, 20-mile march, 20-mile march. The 20-mile march could also be personal. You could take the 20-mile march idea and say, I want to grow and learn. Maybe it's to read 50 to 100 books a year every year for the next 25 years. Or maybe it's, relationships are a 20-mile march too. The 20-mile march idea is all about consecutive performance, consecutive activity. And the key is to commit to your 20-mile march and that you will hit it not as an average, but as consistent, consecutive performance. And the key then is to ask yourself the question, what do we need to do today? What energy burst do we need today to set the conditions to hit our march with great consecutive consistency?
So let's first of all discuss the leader or the captain of our thinking ship. So we can see that among the followers, Maria Mitrokhina got the most amount of likes, and among the leaders, it was Nikita Akishev. Nice. And also we can see one more person from a group, it's Daria Lutzik. Great. So now let's discuss the video that you watched about the 20 miles march. What is your 20 miles march? What is the action, or something that you need to do, maybe each day to achieve your main aim? Type in comments, what is your 20 miles march? So we'll move smoothly. I move to the discussion, of what we've done today and the video that we watched. So it might be any thing, any sphere. Maybe there is something that you understand you need to do today. What is the thing? So the first, you need to answer about the 20 miles march. This is the activity like a long-term goal, what you would like to achieve on what you should work all the time. And second question is, what do we need to do today? So is there something that you have to do today, but you don't want or just tired of doing it all the time? Waiting for your comments. What energy boost do we need today to set the conditions and to hit our match with great consecutive consistency? So what motivates you here? What help you to do something that you don't like? Is it the aim that you might foresee or something else? Like small steps, this 20 miles march. Get up from my bed and start to do my assignment. Do not give up and look forward, move on. Yeah, it's really difficult to wake up early in the morning, especially when you know that you need to do something that you just don't want to do. Okay. Are there any other comments? While you're typing, think about how can you develop yourself as a leader. What should you do? One point that Katerina mentioned here, don't give up. So move on, overcome all the difficulties. What other things may help you? Nothing now. Yava commented, a feeling of freedom after I do my assignment. Yeah, this is about the motivation. Yeah, great. So, and the last question here, what can be your personal 20 miles march to become better every day? So it might be just about your personally, not the things, not the abilities. What do you want for yourself personally? So I'll come to the conclusion. Yeah, today we've discussed and learned 3 laws of leadership and find out some details about 12 skills, how to become a great leader. We've played a game and we've got our winners. Yeah, in Is There a Leader in You? And also practiced leadership through 20 miles concept. Also, I want to share a quotation with you. Greatness is not a function of circumstance. Greatness, it turns out, is largely a matter of conscious choice and discipline. So it means that sometimes, yeah, when you have, okay, one more comment, you can develop your skills in any way as you want to and find it useful, but firstly pop your bubble of comfort and try something new. Great comments. So yeah, this is important, just to be out of your comfort zone and not be afraid of trying new actions. Thank you so much for it. So here, if we're talking about greatness, yeah, do not wait for the perfect circumstances that might help you in life. Just do it yourself and be disciplined with it. So make the right choice, be great, and see you soon. Bye-bye.